Thank you, Megan. Now, to address even more of the legal questions over that verdict in the case, we turn to a Midlands attorney who was watching from the sidelines, had no stake in the case. Our Mike White tracking that part of the story to get a breakdown of this verdict. What'd you find out, Mike?
Yeah, Brian, Columbia attorney John Mobley telling me earlier today that to say that he was shocked by Monday's verdict would be an understatement due to the facts that were in the trial, which include 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack-Belton being chased down and shot in the back. Now, Mobley also told me that he understands the self-defense argument presented by Chow's camp, but there are also some points in the prosecutor's argument that he felt he would have honed in on more. Now, one of the points that he feels he would have honed in on more was the failure to humanize Cyrus Carmack-Belton. The attorney says the only details we really knew about the teen was his name and age, and there was nothing about details like where he went to school and his hobbies. Now, Mobley said it is difficult to argue Chow felt threatened by Carmack-Belton due to him trying to get away from Chow, but he does believe the evidence also supports the defense's position that Carmack-Belton did pull out a gun that night in May 2023. Now, one of the biggest questions throughout the Midlands right now is if Chow should have been charged with charges outside of murder, but Mobley tells me he thinks the charge prosecutors went for was the right call.
I think murder was the appropriate charge. I think murder was the appropriate charge. Again, if you're going to try to argue a lesser charge, I mean, there's got to be a factual basis for voluntary manslaughter. There's got to be a factual basis for involuntary. And I'm certain that if this defendant in this case was allowed to plead to a lesser charge, you would have the same kind of public protest and outcry that you have going on right now.
Now, earlier in the show, you heard WACH Fox's Megan Gagnon talk about the civil lawsuit that the Belton family plans to file against Chow. Mobley tells me that there is no doubt in his mind that that civil lawsuit will stick. And in a civil case, that they only have to prove the defendant was negligent through the evidence. Now, tonight at 10, I will provide you with the full analysis from Mobley. But for now, reporting in Columbia, Mike White. WACH Fox News, Local First.
Thank you, Mike. Well, meanwhile,